Hi, I'm Marty Mathias. I'm one of the co-founders of iSuspectFraud. iSuspectFraud is a tip line reporting service that your company has recently purchased. I'm here today with Dana to go over some questions about the tip line that you may have. So Dana, what questions can I answer for you today?
Well, it sounds like a really good product, but I just don't understand why our company would need a tip line.
Sure, that's a great question. Studies have shown that fraud is very expensive. It's estimated that the average fraud loss is about $160,000. Furthermore, tips year in and year out are the leading method to detect fraud. Organizations that have tip lines in place experience losses that are about half as much as those that don't, and they catch it twice as fast.
I guess I always thought fraud happened in the accounting department with people stealing money or things like that, but I don't work in accounting, so how does that affect me?
That's a question I get a lot, Dana. While fraud does occur in the accounting department, it's not just limited to the accounting department. Some examples of other types of fraud are stealing inventory or selling it to your friends or family at a very reduced cost, overstating mileage on your expense reports, or even punching in your time card about 30 minutes before you actually begin working.
So Marty, when I do report something, who sees my report?
You can always choose to remain anonymous. If you choose to remain anonymous, in no instance will iSuspectFraud reveal your identity to your employer. Furthermore, if you've chosen to remain anonymous and you've somehow identified yourself in the incident report, iSuspectFraud will review that incident and remove any identifying information before we send it to your company's management.
I can understand what a tip line is, but it just feels like management got this because they don't trust us.
I understand your concern. It's not that management doesn't trust their employees, it's the fact that they want to mitigate their risk against fraud. As we said before, the average fraud loss is about $160,000, but almost 25% of fraud cases that are reported are over $1 million.
Wow.
Those type of dollars affect everyone's jobs. That's why a tip line is a good idea.
Okay, so I can see why this tip line is a good thing. How do I go about making a report? Is it complicated?
No, it's actually very simple. You can submit reports by phone or by website. All you need is your company's ID and PIN. We'll ask you 5 or 6 questions, and then you'll need to choose whether or not you want to remain anonymous. That's all there is on your part.
It seems like everybody would want to remain anonymous. Why would anybody ever give their information?
While it's certainly your choice whether or not to remain anonymous, if you provide your contact information, that's going to allow management to get a hold of you to get more details about the investigation. If you do choose to remain anonymous, you'll want to make sure that your incident report is detailed enough to allow management enough information to conduct a complete investigation.
Thanks, Marty. That was really helpful. I can see why our company is making the tip line available to us. It sounds like a great tool and a great way for us to protect our company and our future.
We hope this session has answered some of the questions that you might have about a tip line. Of course, if you have any follow-up questions, feel free to send us an email at info@isuspectfraud.com.